Hello everyone, it's Dawn and welcome back to my channel. Well, today we're going to crack on with our mini series from Papercraft Society box 58, and today is card number 4, and we're going to use everything that we need for this card is from the kit. But if you haven't got this kit, I'm sure you've got other things in your stash that you can still use. So let's get on with it. I'm just going to pop the box to one side for now. And I've already made, well, I say I made a bit of a start. We're using one of the mustard coloured papers. This is going, for the card, it's a cardstock really. And we're going to use that for our card base. And all we're going to do is we're going to, yes, I've cheated. I've put one of the papers on. We're going to turn that over and fold it in half to make our card base. And I've used one of the patterned papers for the background. So that's the only preparation I've done, apart from other bits just to save time, but you'll see what we mean as we go along. So today we are going to make a pop-up card, and I've used one of the green cards from the kit, and this green mat measures 3 1/4 by 5 inches, and all of this will be in the description box below. That will lay down there. Now what I've done, I'll show you the other thing I've done. I have used just about every cactus stamp that they've got in the kit, which covers 2 sets. And what I've done, I've used that mat, I've used that pot, and I've coloured all the cactus stamps. Now, you'll see what I've done when I turn it over. What I've done, I've coloured them, cut them out, and as you can see, I've just glued them together in a heap because I wanted them to come up into a mound coming out of there. That's going to be our where our pop-up bit comes in and out. And what I did to decide where the slits go, I laid that this is going to sit on the bottom of our mat, and I wanted the first slit to come just above that mat. So I laid it down like that. I laid it down. I haven't taped it down yet. And I drew a line with my pencil, and then I drew another line. I didn't measure it, but it's about 1/2 inch above, so you don't need to have one at one end and one at the other. That's not necessary. I just did it 1/2 inch above, and then I used a small pair of scissors to cut it out, just to cut a slit through it. So the slit measures just over 1/2 inch, about 3/4 inch, and all of this will be down in the description box below. And on the back I've done this like this. Normally I'd use glue, but I've put tape on it so that you can see how I've done it. What I've done, I've used double-sided tape. You can still use double-sided tape if you wish. But what you don't do, you don't put it over the bits where the slits are, because if you do, the thing won't slide up and down. So I put the tape there and just either side, top and bottom. And I'm going to take that off now. And in a minute, I'm going to take the backing tape off. And then in a minute, I'll show you the slider part that we've made, the pop-up part that we've made, and what's going to go on it. And that all came from the kit. But as I say, you can use whatever you've got in your stash. Now, I'm going to leave that there because I don't want it to stick to my table. I have cut from the same piece of card. This is our pop-up strip, and this measures 1/2 inch by 5 1/2. And what we do, we turn it over, and do this before you stick it down. So you've got to make sure that it goes in the right way. So if you start from the top one, push it through, turn it over. You are going to get a bit sticky. You could do this before you take the backing tape off if you're using tape if you want to, but it doesn't really matter, to be honest. And we're going to slide that through like that, and then just bring it back into place. Now what I am going to do, as I've got I did have my glue stick out. Did I have my glue stick out, or did I put it back? No, I put it back. It's all right. It's in a drawer right next to me. What I am going to do is I'm just going to run some glue stick, not in the middle bit, because I don't want to run the risk of gluing over the slot, the pop-up bit. But it just gives us a little bit of wiggle room, so that if we don't get it where we want it first time, we can just readjust it. But I think that's probably about right. So once you've got it where you want it, where you want your mat to be, just stick it down, and then you'll have a piece that goes up and down like that. Now, you don't have to cover this bit if you don't want to, but I've used one of the sentiment stamps. Hello there, friend. Our friendship is always on point. And again, you don't want to put any adhesive over that bit. So what I've done, once again, I've used double-sided tape just to show you, or make it a bit easier to see where I've put the adhesive. And I've just put it at the ends. And we're just going to very quickly take the backing tape off. Make sure I don't put it on upside down. That would be embarrassing, wouldn't it? And so what we do, we miss this bit here. We have the tape on the two ends and we stick that across there like that. And that just covers up the workings, the mechanism, but you can still, that will still pop up and down very freely. Now, what we do next, I'm going to put the pop-up piece on next, and what I've chosen, again in the stamp set, oh, it's this gorgeous little cat. And I've used the alcohol markers, or the grey and the green, from the kit to colour it, and the orange. I've just used a couple of my others from my own stash. And we're going to use him. Now, you can use glue if you want to. Normally I would use glue, but I want this to stick straight away. So I'm going to use my red runner tape. So what you do is, now, just trying to stick this where you can see it, or put it where you can see it. Now, I don't usually do it on there first, because you might stick it to the card. So just run a piece of tape, or a strip of tape, just along the bottom. Or you can use a blob of glue if you want to. You can use hot glue if you want to. You could use tacky glue. Any glue that you've got. So I'm going to stick that there, and I'm going to stick him or her, whatever. I'm going to stick our pop-up element, our cat, right on the edge like that. So let's just bring it in a bit so that you can see. There we go. And so he still pops up really nicely. So the only thing to do now is put our pop-up element, our barrier. So again, we've got all of our cacti in their pot, and on the back you can see how I've put it together. On the back, I have got 2 layers of foam tape. You can use an extra layer if you wanted to, but I found, after measuring all this out, I found 2 layers was enough. So I have got 2 layers of foam tape, and what we do, put your pop-up element up first, because otherwise you might stick it to the adhesive and then it won't pop up at all. So line it up where you want it to sit. I want it to sit just on the bottom edge of that green mat. And then all you do is you pop it down. You can just see his ear popping up through there. If you wanted to cut that little bit off at the top, just so that it's in line, or it measures the same as the card, you can. In fact, do you know what? We might do that. If I can find my scissors quickly, I will do. I was looking for my small scissors. But if you want to, you can just cut that little bit off. That's entirely up to you. I haven't cut it very straight, but never mind. Let's just turn it round so that I can see it. If I'd have got my small scissors, I'd have done a better job. There we go. So now it's exactly... So if you wanted to do that, you can pull it, make it the same size, and then all you do... Let's just get the scissors out. I'll pop them on the box. So you've got your card, and he comes. Isn't he cute? So there we go, guys. There is our pop-up card, made with elements from Papercraft Society box 58. But as I say, you can make this with anything you've got in your stash. So if you haven't got cacti, you can use flowers, you can use animals, you can use some leaf dies or leaf stamp, anything you like. And if you've got any animals, or even if you haven't got animal stamps, you could even use some photographs or postcards, clip art, anything you like, anything you've got, use whatever you've got. But there he goes. He's going all the way down. Oh, sometimes you might have to lift it a bit. And up he comes. Yeah, it's probably a good idea to let it set before you start playing with it, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to leave him up like that for now. And there is our pop-up card. Hopefully, I should be able to get tomorrow's done. Graham is still in hospital. Sadly, he wasn't quite so well yesterday. I was a little bit worried about him, and I had to leave him early. But I'm going to go back today. I'm going back today. Hopefully, he'll be a bit better. So I should be able to bring you tomorrow's card, the final one in this series. And our next card if I can't get it done tomorrow, I will try and get it done over the weekend, but I'll keep you up to date. I'll try. I'm scheduling it for tomorrow to go ahead as usual, as planned. But if I can't do it tomorrow, as I say, I'll give you a quick update. But our final card is going to be a shaker card with a difference. But that's all I'm going to tell you for now. It's going to be a shaker card with a difference, or with a twist, shall we say. And you'll find out what I mean by that in our next card, our next and final card for this project. So do make sure that you're subscribed to this channel so that you don't miss the last one, because it's going to be another fun card. This was fun, and the next one's going to be fun too. So I hope you can join me for that one, and I hope you've enjoyed this one. And if you have, please do give me a thumbs up if you've enjoyed this. I really appreciate that. Leave any comments. I read them all, and I try to reply to them all. And I'll see you in our next card, hopefully tomorrow. And in the meantime, have a wonderful day, whatever you're doing. Take care, everybody. Have fun. And as always, happy crafting. Bye-bye for now.